Yo, what up? What up? Black Suburban Dad here. And today I want to talk about some more age gap dating. And I also want to talk about what it's like to date an older man versus dating a YN. You know what a YN means, right? A young ninja, pretty much. A young ninja. And if you don't know what that means, look, I feel sorry for you. Then you're just left out of the loop. You've been sleeping in the back room or under a rock. You need to get out, and get something. Is that what Goody Mob said? Get up, get out, and get something. That's what they said, okay? So anyway, and I know I'm not editing this video. So I'm going to talk about the differences between dating an older man and dating a younger gentleman, a YN, a YAM, a young American male. So I have a couple videos. Also have an email that I'm about to jump right into. I think it's a female with a little dilemma. Now, this email is actually about females dating down. So she's a female, and I think she has about a 11-year age gap. So does it still work the same? Does it work the same when a male is dating down versus a female dating down? Now, the way that this dating market is working out right now, everybody knows it's tragic, it's weird, it's just gone haywire. It's literally like this. The dating market has been hit with a nuclear bomb, and it's not coming back anytime soon. It's going to take Jesus to bring us back, and he ain't coming in no time soon, okay? So what we have is we have sugar dating. Okay, we have sugar dating. We have age gap relationships, right? We have age gap.
There are older men that like younger women.
Is that
there
true?
are younger women that like older men.
Are you an older man that likes younger women?
I'm an older man that love all women.
And we just have monetized dating, okay, which it has gone into. I'm telling you, man, it's going to be to the point where you're not going to get any play. You're not going to get any play unless you cash app a girl. I remember that one video. I think it came out a couple years ago. And I don't know if the guy got famous, but he did go viral for the video. And he was talking about, hey, man, he was just straight up just killing the guys on this video. Hey, man, if you want to see that girl, you better hit her with 50 on the Cash App. And this is just to see her. Hey, man, if you want to text that girl, you better hit her with 50 on the Cash App. Now, it hasn't quite got to that point, but it is moving to that point. Now, with guys that don't have any kind of leverage, yes, girls might hit you with that. They know that you're not going to have $50 to hit them with on the Cash App. If so, you might be down to your last. And if that's your last, guess what? She's not really going to deal with you. She's going to end up coming to a 45-year-old guy with a red shirt that's trying to shoot YouTube videos, and it's going to go down a little something like this.
Bow, 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 bow. Y'all some booty jams.
And then she's going to come back to you and hit you with $50 on the Cash App again, talking about, okay, maybe I'll go out on a date with you. When she's already ate Ruth's Chris with this 45-year-old guy with a red shirt on trying to shoot YouTube videos. I'm not saying who it is, but it kind of describes myself, not saying that it is myself. But anyway, yeah, the dating market has just been hit with a landmine, and I don't know if we're coming out anytime soon, man. So anyway, I'm going to bring up this email real quick. And this email says, should you do what, okay? It says, hey, all. This got to be from the South, maybe from Texas. It says, hey, y'all. That's how it sounds. Hey, y'all. I'm a 31-year-old female, and I met a very tall, handsome man. He's 20 years old, very spontaneous, just out getting breakfast. We made conversation, and he asked me for my phone number, and I was hesitant, but because he looked so young, though he was so very handsome and striking. I asked him how old he was, and he told me, and I let him put his number right in my phone right there. I said, here, put your number right in my phone. Put your number in Betsy's phone. And he did it. While I contemplated reaching out, he would be the youngest guy I've ever talked to. But my love life hasn't had much luck with men my own age. Various stages of not having their lives together and immaturity. So I thought, why not? Don't have anything to lose at this point. First off, I want to know what this woman looks like. I want to know what she looks like. She's obviously from like Texas. You know, they like them. Everything's bigger in Texas, right?
Nope.
Everything's bigger and better in Texas. I think they're actually talking about the food. They're not talking about the women. They're talking about like the steaks and barbecue and stuff like that. You know, the big dinosaur ribs. So everything's bigger in Texas. So I'm just gonna assume that this is a bigger woman. I'm gonna assume she's probably a white woman. She's 31. She's probably about, I give her about a good 189 pounds, and she's probably about 5'4". So I'm going to give her that. And the guy is very tall. So I'm going to give the guy, he's probably going to be right around 6'2", because girls think 6'2" is very tall. I'm 5'9", but, 6'2", there's an obvious difference. So I'm going to give them right around that point. I don't know if this woman has kids or anything or what she's been doing. Maybe she's been putting her career first, and now she's coming out here at the age of 31, and she's putting it on the line because it says that she has not had any luck with guys in her age range. Now, yes, I've known some women like this. I actually know some women like this right now. How are they going to get out of this? They're talking about going younger. Maybe the younger guys, they say, oh, the younger guys got the stamina. The younger guys are, what they're trying to say is, yeah, the younger guys are horny, so yes, I have leverage over him, so yes, I'll just go to a younger guy. And that is true. You have leverage over him. Maybe you'll buy this guy a PS5. That'll reel him in like a fish, okay? Reel him in just like a trout. Maybe you'll get him a new pair of Jordans. That'll reel him in just like a trout. But how long is he gonna be on that line for? Because sooner or later, he could see another, what is this guy, 20 years old? He could see like I don't know about 17. He could see about an 18-year-old girl come through, and, she can be nice, lean, fit, feminine, and friendly, and he can go that way. So the thing about it is, yes, you're going to have some leverage over guys that's younger than you, but how long are they going to stick around for? That's the thing. Guys are visual creatures. Women aren't as visual. Now, I will say American women are very visual, but if you go to any other country, women aren't as visual as American women are. American women are trying to be more like men. Men, we see something, we like it. We don't even have to hear a girl talk. I can sit up here, right? There's some girls on my Instagram, right? That I'm like, oh, man, this girl is nice. She is very beautiful. Man, I'm like, geez, I would love to be with this girl right here. And then I hear them talk. Usually they have music over their voice, but I hear them talk, and I'm like, man, because we're visual creatures. We don't even have to hear you talk. We don't have to hear anything. We fall in love with the sight of you. And I feel like American women are trying to go down the same path when they don't need to do that. They need to follow the path of somebody like Thailand, Cambodia, Vietnam, any European country. They'll fall in love with a guy for the things that he has, for the maturity that he has, for anything else, any other reason but besides looks. Maybe he's spending time with her. Maybe he's putting in effort. He's making her feel like a beautiful woman. But these American women, they want you to have 6 feet, 5 inches. I'm not saying down there. They want you to be 6 feet, 5 inches, have a 6-pack, and drive a Bugatti or some dumb shit like that.
Nope.
That ain't going to happen, okay? So I'd like to see what this woman looks like. It seems like she's being a visual creature. Maybe she's a little bit odd when it comes to talking to people in person, because that has been happening lately. I'll meet a girl online, and this is going way off subject. I'll meet a girl online, man, and I remember this white girl in particular, and she was 27. I think she was 27. And I got her out, and I could pretty much just like read her like a book. I think we were eating on like asparagus sprouts, and I had a beer. She had a little mixed drink or whatever. So I started pretty much dissecting what's going on with this girl in my head. But obviously, I'm not going to let her know what I'm thinking about her or what I presumably know about her from her actions and the way that her body language and the things that she's saying. See, the secret is, if you get a woman out, put one drink in her. Don't put too many. Just put one drink in her and let her talk. Preferably a glass of wine, because wine is more powerful. Wine is like the truth serum. Women can't help but to tell the truth or do some wild shit when they're drinking wine, okay? It's their outlet. So I just let this woman talk, and it's pretty much what I assumed that she was. She had a bunch of skeletons in her closet, but I don't even know how I got on that story. Anyway, it ended up, I read this girl like a book, and I kind of just started joking around. So I asked her, I was like, hey, let's get out of here. I said, you want to come back to my place? She was like, yeah, okay. And I was just like instantly turned off. And she did have a nice body, but I was like, that's too easy. See, that's the thing. And I'm not saying I'm a guy out here that has all these options, but I do have some options. When you're a guy and you actually have some options, well, you don't want to take what you can actually get. You take what you want. That's the difference. And I didn't actually want her. That's why I started joking around. I was like, hey, you want to come back just to see if she would? And she was like, yeah, let's do it. I was like, I kind of changed the subject, and we just parted our own ways. Because honestly, I seen a Me Too case coming. I was like, something ain't right with this. This girl got some skeletons in her closet. She might be on some kind of head meds right now. I can smell the head meds. I was like, she might be on some head meds right now, and she's mixing that with some liquor. This ain't gonna go well. So I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and leave. And I'm out of here. Anyway, I don't know how I got on that story, but let's get back to this email. Come to find out, he is very attracted to older women.
Nope.
Okay, he might be attracted to older women for the moment. Like I said, you get him a PS5, you buy him a new pair of Jordans. Yes, you're going to reel him in like a fish. But how long is he going to stay? He's attracted to older women, possibly because of their looks, possibly because of their emotional maturity. But he could also possibly be attracted to older women because they get him things. See, there's a difference. Here's the difference between a older woman dating down and an older man dating down. See, they say that wine gets better in time. Now, when they said that statement, I think that they were clearly talking about men. They were talking about men. Wine gets better in time. So as that man, have you ever heard of the phrase silver fox? You can get a man in his 20s. Okay, he can look good, studded, six-pack, captain of the football team. He doesn't have anything. He doesn't have a car. He doesn't have a place to live. He doesn't have money or a stable job. You get that same guy at the age of 45, and he turns into a silver fox. Yeah, he might get a little bit more weight on him, but now he's financially stable. Now he's emotionally mature. He's been through his divorce. He already got his kids out of the way. He got 2 kids over there, Amy and Jackson. He's got his own place and his car. Those kind of things are appealing to women. Those kind of things are appealing to younger women. It's more apt to make them stay with an older guy. Now, when you have an older woman dating down, yes, you're going to get him a PS5. You're going to get him some Jordans. You're going to get him some new Jabot jeans. But then your looks come into effect. Your looks come into effect. And like I told you before, men are visual creatures. That's just what we are. Now, when those wrinkles and those crow's feet start to show up and those wrinkles on your forehead start to show up, all right, and you start to gain weight and, those thighs are looking like the Michelin Man, well, that guy is more apt to say, and I'm out of here, and go look for younger women because men are visual creatures, so it doesn't actually work the same way. And I'm not really trying to I'm telling you the way that it is. That's just a fact of nature. That's a law. That's an unwritten law. That's a fact of how we are. I'm a man. Trust me, I know. And that's how it is. So a man is more likely to get in an age gap relationship with a younger woman and have that solidified and stay in it for the longer term than a woman dating down and getting in an age gap relationship with a younger man and having that continue to flourish and stay in that and have her lock him down. It's going to be like the man has a 65% chance versus the woman having a 24% chance. So it's not the same, man. It's because of visuals. Come to find out, he is very attracted to older women. Older women. Says they make better lovers. He also told me he is looking to marry and settle down, and he already has a good job. He already with benefits. At the age of 20, yeah.
Nope.
He lives with his Come on, bro. In the next sentence, it says he lives with his parents, but that is expected at his age, and I have my own place, so that part doesn't bother me. Okay, so if his job is so good with all these benefits, why is he still living with his parents? Maybe he's saving up for a house. Maybe he's just saving up. Or maybe his job isn't as good as you think it is. But I just feel, and that's the thing that's happening right now. Because when my son gets older, my son's 9 right now. But when he gets older, I'm gonna push him towards going to college. I want him to go to college, so I'm gonna push him towards going to college. But just say if that didn't work out, and he needed to live with me, I want my son to live with me as long as he needs to. Now, at some point, yes, he has to. You got to break the glass on the new ship, and it has to go out and sail on its own. He's gonna have to do that eventually. But until the age of 25, all the way up until the age of 25, I would definitely want my son living with me if he needed to, just so I can support him and help him along his journey, you know, so he gets out there and he's not just sinking. He's not just going to nosedive. I want my son to go out there and excel. So, yes, that is a thing that's actually happening. People are staying with their parents at an older age and for a longer time. And that's just the way it is, man. The economy is busted right now. But I feel a little hesitant about it. Is it morally wrong? You're 31, 20? No.
Nope.
It's not morally wrong. You're legal. He's legal. What's wrong with it? Would others feel as though I'm taking advantage of this young man? Who cares, man?
Nobody cares, nigga.
It only matters what you think. And that's hard for some people to get by. You know, like if I'm a guy, just say I'm whatever age I am, and I walk out into the ether with a girl that's 23 years younger than me, am I gonna be feeling weird? It's up to me. Am I?
Nope.
No, I'm not. I'm gonna do my own thing. I'm gonna let people stop and stare like One Republic, and they can think whatever the hell they want. I don't care, bro.
Nobody cares, nigga.
We have a date planned for tomorrow, and I'm going into it with no expectations just to see if we hit it off. But I am just feeling very conflicted and could use some words of wisdom from you ladies dating younger men. Thank you. Let's just get to one comment that's not that long. That comment's way too long. Yes, you should. If nothing else, you could potentially have a fun time. And honestly, that's the only comment that I need to read because that's probably pretty much what's going to happen. You're going to have a fun time with him.
Bow, 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 bow. Y'all some booty jams.
So I said, go out there. Why not? Go out there. Why not have fun with a younger gentleman? You're at the age of 31. You're probably not going to get married. It seems like you're overweight. You're living in Texas. I don't know what your living situation is like, but it says that you live on your own. You have your own place. I don't know what kind of car you're driving. I don't know what your income is like. If you haven't gotten a serious relationship up to this point, it's probably not going to happen. It says right here, impossible to not keep him as your fantasy young bull. Why not? Why not keep him as that emergency dick in a glass and break it in case of emergency? That's pretty much what you're going to get out of this situation. Do I think it's messed up?
Nope.
No. You go out there and you got to live life the way that you want to live it. If that's what you got, then go ahead and take it. If you like it, then I love it. That's just the way it is, man. So, with that said, let's go ahead and get into, let me bring this up. Now, what is it like to date a YN versus dating a older man? Okay, so I'm going to show you this video right here, and this is pretty much what it's going to be like when you go on your first date with a YN, maybe a first or second date. This is pretty much what it's going to look like, the visuals. Now, you let me know if you want to deal with this or not, but here we go. Let's go ahead and check this out. What it's like linking up with a YN.
Not get this shit confused, son.
Don't do too much.
Switch bisexual, son. Switch bisexual. We'll get your ass switchy. Fuck. Trying to smoke this out.
I guess. What if you got some weed?
What's up? Hell.
All right, so it looks like he's looking at the ops right now. Now, he got the Hellcat purring. Okay, that sounds like a V8, so shout out to him. At least he got the V8 Charger, not the V6. So he ain't playing around. He a real YN, okay? A real YN should be rolling around in a Hellcat. So anyway, he got the Hellcat purring already. He's already speaking language that you cannot understand. That's how YNs do. Shawty, you know what I'm saying? Yo, man, yo, what's up, twin, man? They talk a little something like that. You don't know what the hell they're talking about. They're talking gibberish. You just know that words are coming out of their mouth. You pretty much just got to take that shit with a grain of salt. Unless he say something about a switch, then he's talking about Swiss cheesing somebody up, and you might want to get the hell up out of there. So you got to watch out for keywords like that. Switch, blicky. You got to watch out for words like blicky. What's another word you got to watch out for? Anything pertaining like a gun or some violence, okay? On God, not on God, but dead homies. If he says dead homies, you better get up out of there. It's probably not going to end up good for you. So this is what happens when you date a YN. And he's going to be dressed a little something like this. He's probably going to have like a Pooh Shiesty mask on for no reason. It could be literally 95 degrees out with 100% humidity. He's still going to be wearing a Pooh Shiesty mask. So it's up to you whether you want to roll around with this guy. Now, yes, you think that the D game, his D, is on fire, right? All you're going to be getting is a good D for him, a good BBC from this guy right here, right? The thing about these YNs, if you look at their mannerism, yes, they try to act hard and they're mentally just not right. The wiring is not wiring up there right. But if you notice their mannerisms, they try to act hard, but they're also very feminine. Now, I'm going to push play again and watch how this guy, yes, he's acting hard. He's saying the words that you can't understand. It should be a different language by now, honestly. YN should be a different language. And no, it's not Ebonics. It's not Ebonics. YN is a different language than Ebonics. It's not the same, man. So I'm going to hit play and look at his mannerisms. And I've noticed a lot of young men, or should I say YNs, have this mannerism of trying to be hard, but also a lot of femininity in them.
Yeah, nah, Shawty, why they cop pulling up side me as soon as you get
And look, by the way, yes, this is a skit, but this shit is real too.
Boy, them is not my peoples. You need to calm
Shawty, your
down.
ass going with me, twin.
What you mean?
Telling you. I already know you be following the ops and shit. Shawty, I see your Instagram.
See, and that's another one. He's talking about the ops. You better get up out of there because, you know, it might not turn out right.
I do not
I
know
ain't
them
going
people.
though. You be following the ops and shit though.
I'm supposed to know them knobs.
Hell nah.
You need to calm down.
What you want?
You see that mannerism right there? That mannerism right there. Look at his eyes. Look at the way that his cheeks are perched. Look at the way he got the duck. You know what I'm saying? He got the duck lips right here. His eyes are very everything right here is very feminine. But before that, he was acting very hard. So this is what you're gonna get with a YN. You can get hot and cold. He can turn you on with that hardcore shit, talk about getting the switch and Swiss cheesing people up and the blicky and cuz and all this stuff and twin. He can get you soaking wet with that, but then he does this shit right here and you dry up like a bowl of flour. But that's what you're going to get from a YN. It's going to be hot and cold, man. And you possibly could get Swiss cheese up too just by riding with this fool. You know what I'm saying? Let the ops see you. Let the ops don't care who's in that car, okay? The ops don't care. You could be in there with your baby. The ops still going to Swiss cheese y'all up. So that's a risk that you run messing with YNs too. Your life is definitely on the line.
Oh, hell no.
Damn. You keep looking over here, Shawty. Why Crown Vic ran through this bitch? Shawty, your ass live in the suburb.
See? The ops.
Oh, hell nah.
He looking out for everything.
You need
You
to calm down. You doing way too
Crown
much.
Vic. Hell nah, Shawty. Who you telling you on Valley Street, Shawty?
See, that's another thing with YNs too. They're gonna be very jealous. They're gonna be asking you, "Oh, well, who you texting?" They can be trying to grab your phone. You be texting, try to grab your phone, and you're gonna be like, "Oh, this guy's insecure. This is not cool. I don't feel." It's gonna make you feel not safe. But still, women like the excitement of that. They like the excitement of getting a guy all riled up, and then later on, maybe he'll take this out on me. They like the excitement of maybe getting their ass beat by a YN. Look. I don't make up the rules. It is what it is, man. When you load yourself up to the women's network, right? You load up to the women's network Well, these are things that you just learn to. These are things that you just learn. Women like violent guys. That's how it is. And this look on his face right here, where he can go from feminine to 2.3 gigawatts of a second, going to the violent Pookie, Ray Ray, or not the Ray Ray, but the violent Pookie. That'll turn a girl on and talk about Swiss cheesing up in the ops and all that shit, and possibly getting in a high-speed chase from the ops, or possibly chasing the ops, or getting in a high-speed chase away from the police. You know, things like that, it'll get a girl turned on. Now, you got to make it out alive. That's the problem. You might not make it out alive.
That's my
Shawty,
mama.
who was you telling you on Valley Street? I just seen you text that number.
That's my mama.
Shawty, not get your ass sweat cheese, Shawty.
That's
I'm
my
telling you,
mama.
Bruh.
Just cause I'm high food, you, Shawty. Just cause I smoked the Zach, I'm still on all 10, Shawty.
You over exaggerating.
Now, look, this guy, he's probably not going to be around too long. The guy's probably not going to make it to the age of 27. I give him about 27. That'll be his expiration date like milk. He's not going to make it that far. So when he goes bye-bye and he goes to the upper room and Jesus got him, I'm going to come in and be like,
Bow, 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 bow. Y'all some
booty cheeks on your girl. So that's the thing, okay? Now that we're done with the YN, and man, I was seeing this girl one time, right? I don't even know if I should tell this story. All right, I'll say it. I'll say it. I'm not saying any names, okay? Because I was seeing this girl, right? And we were age gap dating, of course, because I heavily believe and I push age gap dating. So she was about 22 years younger than me. Yeah, I think she's 22 years younger than me. I'm literally like 1 year younger than her mom. You can think about it what you want. I don't give a damn.
Nobody cares, nigga.
So one time, I know that I had seen her for a while, and I know that she was dating a YN, right? This YN, and he was a YN that was in the game. One day I was at work, and I went into the bathroom of this grocery store, and I seen a couple kind of like far away. I was like, whatever. I went into the bathroom, and I came back out, and I kind of had my head down. I was looking at my phone, and when I looked up, I was like, oh, shit. She was literally like a couple feet away from me with her YN boyfriend. And you know what I'm saying? I'm just daddy. That's all. I'm just daddy. I was like, ooh, I know I haven't seen you in a while, but I'm going to go ahead and get up out of here. I'm out of here. And then, dude, I'm telling you, man, later on that night, she was texting me, oh, daddy, I miss you. Daddy this, daddy that. I was like, man, these girls ain't, bro. I was like, man, this is ridiculous right here. This is absolutely ridiculous. So this is what you guys are going to deal with. So to conclude this story, right, why I said I shouldn't tell it. To conclude this story, right, when I finally started talking to her again, and this was like probably like 6 months down the road, you know, she texted me, hit me up, daddy, what's up? And I had her in my car, and I just brought up the guy, and she was like, oh, him? She was like, oh, well, he went bye-bye. I was like, you know, I'm rubbing my beard. She can mean a couple different things. What do you mean bye-bye? You mean like he moved to Nebraska or something like that? Maybe he got family in Nebraska. She was like, oh, no, he got killed. I was like, oh, my God. I came face-to-face with this guy. I was like, what happened? Like, what happened? And I don't want the cops coming over here because I ain't do anything. This is just a story that was told to me. I was like, man, what the hell happened to this guy? And she was like, oh, you know, he got ran over by a car. I was like, how? Wait, so he was like walking in the street and he got ran over by a car? She's like, no, somebody like tracked him down and like got him. I was like, Jesus Christ. Somebody tracked him down and got his ass.
Got him. Got him.
I was like, damn, it happened like that. And she was like, yeah, so he's no longer here. So let's stop talking about this and let's commence to.
Bow, 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 bow. Y'all some booty jams.
And that was probably the last time I linked up with her, because that was just a crazy ass story, man. I came face to face with this guy, and you know, His ass is up in the upper room or maybe downstairs. You know, his ass is in the basement. He's one of those places. He's one of those places. Hopefully he wasn't floating around in my bedroom and, you know what I'm saying?
Bow, 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 bow. Y'all some booty
He
jams.
might try to haunt me or something like that. I'm not trying to get haunted by a YN. That would suck, bro. YNs, man, haunting me? Shh, bro. Talk about what up, cuz. I be hearing them. I be hearing them all up in the background. I be like, man, what the hell is that? It be a ghost, YN haunting me. I do not want that, bro. So let's go to this video and wait. What's the video I want to show? Did I show my background? I think I might have showed my background. Okay, yeah. This is the video I wanted to show.
So it's officially been.
Okay, now we're going to talk about this girl dating a older man. Let's go ahead and take it away. She's nice. She's very pretty, very sexy. I like the hair.
5 months since I've been dating my older man. And these are some really big differences I've noticed compared to dating people closer to my age. I am 31. So the other day, I was telling him about some of the extra effort I was putting in for my work, my career, content creation, modeling, my swimsuit line, etc. And he was so excited. He was like literally hours later he came back to me with plans on top of what I told him I did.
See, and she's making this video boring. That's what an older man can do for you, okay? So you got the YN and the Hellcat. You already see I pretty much broke that down. Now, when it comes to an older gentleman, you have emotional maturity. You have advice. He's going to try to guide you. He's going to try to solve your problems. And a lot of the times, if he has your best interest in mind, he's going to come up with a solution. It's up to you whether you want to follow it or not, okay? And a lot of times women won't because they're just doing this journey the way that they want to do it, spaced out, bobble-headed, bonking their head, boing, running into shit, tripping over their feet. Just a couple of things. So anyway, it's up to her or you whether you want to take this man's advice or not. But he will have your best interest in mind, and he'll try to guide you to not do some stupid shit in life.
To further the progress. And he's like, oh, you know, I love that you did that. That's one of the factors that I implement as well. And this is something that I think you could do. And maybe we could do this, da da da. And I was like, he's literally getting turned on by work.
Yes, well, he's getting turned on by the fact that he can guide you and he's helping out. Because men want to be the guiding light to a woman. To a woman. I don't know why I keep saying that. Women. I don't know why I keep saying to a woman. Men want to be the guiding light to a woman. He wants to be her protector, maybe her provider. Like I said, the economy is busted out here. So he wants to be her protector, maybe her provider, but he wants to lead you to do something good for yourself. So yes, that's going to turn him on if you're actually listening to him and you're getting excited because you feel like he's giving you some good information. Now, I will tell you, if you're younger than him, he's also going to get excited from the fact that you are fertile. That's another thing. He's going to be able to smell the pheromones. He's going to know that if he slips up, then he can have a goo goo gaga coming out anytime.
By being a go-getter and by trying to make moves. Like, that's a first. Another thing that's turning him on is that rack. So, it is what it is. Let's not get it twisted. He isn't that wrapped up in looks or my looks.
Bullshit. I call cap. He is wrapped up in your looks. I just explained that earlier. Men are visual creatures, okay? He likes your hair. Just say if this was me dealing with this girl. I like her hair. Her skin is looking nice, even though she's got on makeup. Her teeth are very nice. She has a very cute nose. Her eyes. This woman is good looking. She's not that, she's not like ripped, but she has a very feminine, probably like soft body. She has a nice rack. It's not too big. So yes, there's no way you can sit up here looking like this and talk about he's not too wrapped up in looks. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. You cannot look like this. Now, let you be 320 pounds, 5'2", and have bad skin and no makeup, and your hair be shedding like a goddamn cat. He's not going to be too much into looks. Oh, he's not? He's not? Come on, man. Yes, he is. It's all about looks. Well, not all about looks, but predominantly about looks.
He says I'm beautiful. He makes me feel beautiful. But
it's because you are.
A conversation where I was super bloated. I think my period had came and I was just eating everything in sight. And he was just laughing like, oh, you gonna eat a whole carton of ice cream? And I was like, yeah. And he just laughed. There was no...
He was like, eat that carton of ice cream. I don't care if you're on your period. I'm running red lights, baby.
Bow, 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 bow. Y'all some booty jams.
I don't care. You looking like that.
Concerned
Daddy gotta go.
Oh, you gonna blow up or in the future, da-da-da. And we had a conversation about things of that sort because I can be hard on myself. I do put in a lot of effort, and he let me know, you gain 20 pounds, you lose 20 pounds. I think you're beautiful. It's really up to you what you want to do.
That's cap, because if you gain 20 pounds, that's a lot. 20 pounds is a lot. Go out to your local gym and pick up 20 pounds. 20 pounds is heavy. If she gained 20 pounds, she's not even the same person. Okay, this look that she's giving me right here is very sexy right now, but if you gain 20 pounds, I might be like, I'm out of here. Now, if you lose 20 pounds, you're just going to look that much better. So if you gain it, you might lose a man. If you lose it, well, you're going to gain a man. He's going to stick around.
And another thing I absolutely loved, the other day I was on the road and I called him and he was in a meeting. And mind you, he pretty much runs what he does. And I know he's conducting the meeting and he answered. And I was like, oh, he's like, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I was like, are you in that meeting you told me you had today? He's like, yeah, I'm in that meeting. I was like, oh, call me back later.
Yeah, she knew that he was in the meeting, but women will just do, when you're on a women's network, you know that they're going to do shit like this. They're going to try to call you when you're doing something important just to test you and see if you're going to pick up the phone. And I don't know, maybe he didn't know that, but she knew exactly what, she was doing. And the only reason he picked up the phone is to be like, he's thinking, oh man, I hope she ain't pregnant. Nope. So that's the only reason he picked up the phone. And if he pick up and she didn't say anything about pregnancy, he's like, whoo, all right, I'm in the clear. What your ass want? What you want? I'm in a meeting.
And then I hung up and I just felt so warm inside.
And guess what? He felt warm inside too, because you didn't say that you were pregnant.
He stopped and paused his meeting to talk to me and make sure I was good.
Like I said, when he said, are you good? He's saying, is your ass pregnant? And if you are, you better tell me right now.
That was really hot, really sexy, because it's not about control, but
he's like, you need to let me know, because I need to know whether we need to continue or whether we need to,
About the fact that he's willing to check in with me, make sure I'm fine, put things on pause, and ultimately
he only put it on pause because he needed to clarify. He needed you to clarify to him that you weren't pregnant.
He's not the kind of man to make excuses and to say, oh, let me put you on the back burner, let me send you a text. Like, no, I'm gonna make sure my lady's good, you're good, like that is priority.
Yeah, he just wanted to make sure that you weren't pregnant. Like, are you good? Everything's good, right? Okay, that's what he's saying. Read his tone of his voice. You good, right? No, I'm not bullshit. Are you good? Yeah, babe, I'm good. All right. What your ass want, man? I'm in this meeting. What you want, man? I gotta go. And I'm out of here. So that's exactly what was happening there.
To me. I loved it.
Yeah, so she's soaking it up, man. He meant one thing, she taking it as another thing, but that's the difference in age gap dating, because, man, I can't keep talking about myself. I do have a lot of experience, though. I do have a lot of experience with women. And in an age gap I wouldn't even call it a relationship. I say age gap situationship I was just in. This girl, she was just reading everything just totally wrong. And I'm like, she's thinking that I'm something that I'm not. And, she's saying this and that. And, I was like, man, like, you're totally reading this wrong, because You're young in the game. You've never dealt with a guy like me before. Okay. Yes, I'm nice. I'm a gentleman, and I do things in a certain way. You never dealt with a gentlemanly guy like me before, and I can tell. And she was very mature for her age. I will give her that for sure. Very mature for her age, but she's not old enough to where she's like reading guys right. She definitely cannot read me right. And to this day, she's wrong on everything. Not everything, but she's wrong on a lot of things that, she says to me and about me. But anyway, this is the last video, okay? This is the last video right here. It says, drop the YN, pick up the unk. Let's see what this little tattooed up mulatto has to say.
Are you tired of them YNs wrecking your Nissan Altimas? Constantly making you come up with bail money? Giving his homeboys more attention than you? Ugh. Then I have the perfect advice for you. Just get you an unk. We're not dating 35 and under anymore. That is dead.
Yes, you are. You are, because that's going to be your only option. With all these damn tattoos on your hands, tattoos on your neck, I'm surprised you don't have a big-ass sword on your chest or a big-ass eagle, something like that, saying that she's free. She's free to fly like a bird, a big old eagle on her chest. But she has enough tattoos with the nose rings, and she looks pretty crazy with the eyelashes. Yes, you're going to be dating 35 and under, because if you go 35 and older, the guys only want one thing from you.
Bow, 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 bow. Y'all some booty jams.
They're going to use you, and then they're going to discard you to the side. That's just what's going to happen. Nobody's going to take you serious in the older age range looking like this, because if they can't take you to their work meeting, if they can't take you out to Ruth's Chris, if they can't take you out to Daniel's Broiler, if they can't take you out to McCormick and Schmidt's, if they can't take you out to Wolfgang Puck's, a very high-end steakhouse, if they can't take you out to places like that and have people not judge them in a negative way, then they're not going to take you that serious, okay? So like I said, you'll get those cheeks clapped, and then you'll get discarded by a so-called unk.
No more sleepless nights. We're heading over to R&B Thursday nights with unk.
Oh, you heading over to R&B Thursday night with unk. Well,
no, you're not.
Bruh.
Yeah, no, you're not. No, you're not.
Well, you know something? I take that back. Maybe R&B, because you ain't going to see my ass in a damn R&B Thursday night. Anything that has, if I go to a place and I see that the flyer has trap on it, guess what? I'm not going. Trap music, drip, I'm not going. R&B Thursday night, I'm definitely not going, because there's probably going to be people there my age, and I don't want to be around them. They're probably just going to bring me down, put me into a short state of depression. I don't want to be around them. I'm talking about, oh, man, oh, they playing my jam. I'll be sure. Hey, I'm going to be like, no, sirree. No, sirree. I will not deal with you people. Yes, you people. I will not deal with you people. So, yeah, unk might take her to R&B Thursday night.
That's what we doing.
Because unk ain't going to be the kind of guy like me.
I'm telling you, get you an older man and don't see if your life don't change right before your eyes. You gonna meet your goals. You gonna maintain your income.
No, what you're going to do is you're going to get about $400, I say about $250 to $400 slap right on that forehead right there. This is going to commence.
Bow, 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 bow. Y'all some booty jams.
And then you're going to be showed the exit where your Uber is sitting out there on the street, ready to take your ass right back to the hood, okay? So that's the only thing that's going to happen with a girl like this. If she didn't have all these tattoos, she would be fine. She would be able to get a guy that of a higher status, of a R&B night, of a Thursday R&B night. That ain't the kind of guy that's going to elevate your life. The kind of guy that's going to elevate your life is the kind of guy that's going to McCormick and Schmidt's and Ruth's Chris and has some other things going on for herself. Ain't hanging around YNs and R&B Thursday night and all that craziness. Okay, those are the kind of guys that's going to elevate your life.
You gonna be happy. You gonna gain that weight back.
No, she's not. Okay, she's not even a girl that can get that big. But no, look, she got a face tattoo too. And no, she's not gonna be happy. No, she ain't gonna be happy.
No, you're not.
No, it ain't happening, bro.
Yeah, no, you're not. No, you're not.
Because whatever kind of depression or whatever kind of crazy situation got her to get this face tattoos, if you find a girl with a bunch of tattoos, look, man, it is what it is. Those girls are a little bit off. It is what it is, man. If you find a girl with a bunch, especially like the hand tattoos or like skull and bones on her, and you know you take them out to eat and you gotta see that damn skull and bones when they cutting the steak, man, you're looking at it like, man, this is gonna be the last time I'm with her, man. That's gonna be the last damn steak you cut that I'm paying for. But girls like that, man, they got a little something going on in their head. What caused you to get those crazy ass tattoos on you? like what really caused that?
You see, ladies, older men, they done been there, done that. They're good on that now.
Yeah, they're also good on you. Like I said, you'll get about $250 to $400 slapped on your forehead, and you'll be able to pay your cell phone bill. Go to Ultra. I know it's Ulta, but go to Ultra. Go to Sephora, and your ass will be all up in Ultra and peel off those couple $100 and buy you some makeup and. Yeah, be asking daddy for some more. Daddy, can I have some monies? Can I get some more of that? And that's when it's just going to turn into a sugar dating situation. It's not going to turn into a real relationship.
Now they're thinking longevity. They're thinking about the plan.
Oh, they're thinking longevity?
No, you're not.
Nah, Damn, it's getting...
No, you're not. No, you're not.
All they're thinking about is this face right here with your little tongue, your little cute tongue out like that, and your face is definitely going to get painted like the Picasso, bro.
The future. Don't y'all want a man who can fix problems and change tires? Come on over to my side. 35 and up.
Nah, she lying her ass off. No, she is not 35 and up, bro. Nah, that's not what's happening right here. I can tell you exactly where she gonna be at. She can be right here. Passenger seat. That's where she can be. That's where she live. That's the kind of dude she deal with. Like she deals with YNs, man. She ain't gonna be able to deal with a guy like me. I would cut her ass smooth off, bro. But anyway, look, it's getting late. This video is going long. Black Suburban Dad reviews. Tell a friend to tell a friend. All right. Tell a friend to like and subscribe to the video. You like the video and share the video. I'll be back with some more fire, some more heat. Probably tomorrow. Well, I'll talk about some more age gap relationships. All right, peace. I'm out.